Okay, so which one's the priority? So initially there's a deep hidden survival of the celestial circuits out and the base chakra is out, but the base chakra is showing up as the first priority. Do we need to link together anything from the email, any affirmations, goals? So just the base chakra? Okay. So the base chakra works in with the adrenal glands and the sphenoid bone. And the sphenoid bone very much linked in with migraines. And hold. And hold. Yeah. So the base chakra is in third stage stress, so chronic fatigue of the base chakra. Actually, I might see if one of the crystals is so we'll use the clear quartz crystal. Base chakra clock. To flip it one direction or the other, this way, this way, this way. So it needs to go clockwise, yep. Yeah, wanting to run away. So the base chakra is jammed because of that energy of wanting to run away and escape.
She was drained and stressed.
Oh yeah, yeah. Asking if you're always drained and stressed. Yeah, yeah. Has been working really hard on her health for a couple of years.
I'm feeling very tired.
Okay. And hold. Hold. Okay, so second stage stress, we've gone from third stage to second stage. Yeah, so this next area, this is sort of for when you're feeling really, really down, feeling really depressed, frontal cortex activity being really low, so a lack of dopamine, serotonin, oxytocin, hard to feel relaxed, hard to feel happy, hard to feel motivated. And hold out. So frontal cortex, okay. So an old pain and punishment circuit. Okay. Okay. Now the amygdala emotion linked into the pain and punishment circuit is disgust, but it's not self-disgust, it's disgust with other people. So it's it's contempt and revulsion. So what's happened to you, your brain just is going, well, this really sucks. This is, this is just a hideous thing that's happened. And fair enough, but it's like you've got to let go of that so you can move on, of course. And when you feel manipulated and controlled and lied to, of course, no wonder that little part of yourself that feels angry and frustrated and not so pleasant to be around is going to come out occasionally when this has happened to you and it's been done to you, and when you've been gaslighted, it doesn't feel very nice. Hold out, beautiful. Just double check there's not another one. Okay, going back into the base, adrenals, sphenoid, hold, hold. Okay, so that's back to normal, the base chakra. Now we'll see what the next priority is. Actually, before we do that, we need to infuse something positive into your base chakra before we move on. Just checking which goal book your body wants. Okay, so we need, it's about anger. Okay, these are just a couple of really simple ones we need to add to the base with the crystal. Yep. Oh, and which direction? This way, this way. Okay. I feel safe enough to release all anger from my system safely. I am free from anger and I replace these emotions with love and peace. I feel safe enough to release all anger from my system safely. I am free from anger and I replace these emotions with love and peace. I raise my energies above the energies of anger. I raise my energies above the energies of anger. I am able to express myself without being angry. I am able to express myself without the energy, without being angry. Okay, is there anything else we need before we move on? Okay, so yeah, and that was at both of them, the ex as well as your flatmate. Yeah, and part of the anger is that you can't trust them anymore, but it's okay not to trust them. It's okay to be friendly with them. It's okay to, you don't have to be nice to them. You know, you can sort of just be yourself, be at peace. They know what they did. So you can just
cold towards them.
Yeah, just be cool. That's right. So what's next? The deep hidden survival pattern or the celestial circuit? The celestial circuit's next. And hold. And hold. Okay. And is that out on the left? Is it out on the right? Out on the left, it's out on the right, it's out on the right. So that's on the masculine side. So your brain wants to fix it. You know, it's that whole thing where guys think they can fix anything. You can't fix this. There's nothing to be fixed. It's, you know, it's happened, it's done. They know it's happened and done. But it's like your brain, because, you know, when we're decent human beings, we don't want to go through life with all these unfinished challenges of relationships out there. But your brain wants to go back to the past. It's like putting that genie back in the bottle. It's like your brain wants to put the genie back in the bottle and have them both as friends. It's not going to happen. Or it's not going to be the same, even if you do manage to, just sort of allow some peace, because peace is for you, it's not for them. And it's one step at a time, I think, when these relationships fall apart, but we have no choice but to be in the space of people who have hurt us.
She needs to be cold towards them, but just be in her own
power.
Self.
Yeah, you need to be in your own power and self, but just be cool towards them. You've had to do that with people, I assume.
Mm.
Yeah.
You just shut down from them.
Mm. Yeah, but don't allow them to take your power. Don't allow them to take your energy.
No. Getting lots of headaches from the stress of it.
Yeah, before she went back to work, she had 2 days of migraines.
Mm.
And you're feeling tight in the head.
Mm.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter if she loses them, because then it weren't worth having in the first place. Especially when they do that.
Yeah. It's only muscle testing up. There's about a 15% chance that the three of you will ever be good again. So, but it will be you doing all the compromising. So it's just not worth compromising your ethics and your morals and just your core beliefs and values for two people who have done this to you. But yeah, Karen's feeling tight in the skull, so we'll just attach your neck muscles and the muscles around the skull. Labyrinthine reflex points in underneath the skull. And just stretch all the little
And the worry and the stress of what she should do.
Oh, it's huge.
It is. Very. It's awful.
add that to the financial stress buying a property. But don't stress about that. Stuff is happening. I think someone said the other day that Mercury's been in retrograde,
Mm-hmm.
a hell of a lot this year.
Mm-hmm.
So it's really common this year for financial stuff and bank stuff to be taking forever. It's really common.
Mm.
So it's not just you. Trust the process. Keep doing your little bits and pieces when you need to.
Mm. Mars has been retrograde and so has Mercury.
How does Mars in retrograde affect us? Because I always think of Mercury like, oh, right. So Mars in retrograde is about relationships. Right, okay. Well, that makes sense.
Mm.
And hold. Yeah, so all of that skull being really tight is messing with your frontal cortex. So once again, messing with your production of oxytocin, serotonin, dopamine. And it's real fear underneath that. So the fear of being at work, the fear of being seen, the fear of having to be nice, the fear of being made a fool of.
Mm.
Yeah. So you just need to own your personal power, own your truth. Know that the rumours being spread about you, they're not true.
Be true to yourself, you'll feel free.
Be true to yourself, you'll be free. Yeah, and because you're probably holding back on what you're saying about them because you work with them, your throat chakra is really blocked. But once again, you can do it for yourself. Write it in a journal, burn it. Write it in a journal and flush it down the toilet. Put people that you want to freeze, put them on a bit of paper, put them in the freezer. So there's things you can do can bury them. Energetically bury their energy.
Write their name on a piece of paper and bury them. Bury that piece of paper in the ground.
And that way, energetically, they don't have a hold of you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so there's some affirmations we need to infuse into your throat chakra as well.
Because my throat's feeling blocked.
Yeah, right.
She has crystals for meditation.
What would you recommend?
Rose quartz.
Rose quartz
For
for
love.
love. Yep.
Yeah. She could also use a clear quartz.
And just have them in her space while she's meditating. Rose quartz and clear quartz. Yep.
And maybe amethyst.
Yeah. is safe for me to open up and allow myself to trust. This isn't about people who have hurt you. This is for new relationships and new people moving forward. And if you do end up having it out with either of these people and you come to some sort of, okay, from here on we'll have this sort of relationship, that's okay too, if you redefine it and they know where they've been redefined. So it's tough, it's having that grown-up conversation. But some people, you just can't trust what they ever say. And that's okay too. That's your new relationship, that you can't trust them.
I should never be able to trust them again.
There are many wonderful people in my life who I am able to trust. I release all traumas from my past that have created trust issues and freely move forward away from all past hurts. It is safe for me to trust myself. It is safe for me to trust myself. It is safe for me to trust myself.
And say, I am strong, I can do this.
I am strong, I can do this. I am strong, I can do this. Okay, still something showing up in the throat chakra. So the throat links in with, so this is where the migraines come in. So the throat, the hyoid bone, which is why we get really tight in the throat when we're feeling emotional and we can't say what we want to say. And the parietals, so those bones at the side of the head, they compress when our throat chakra is out. So I'm going to give the parietals a stretch. Activate the hyoid. Throw in the throat chakra. What do we need? We need an essence. Okay. Sabak, bush, box 2. Okay. The flower essence showing up as Angel's Sword. And that's when we're taking on other people's crap. So when people are racing around telling lies about you and telling rumors, and they are deliberately trying to decrease your energy and decrease your self-worth and self-esteem. It's quite a deliberate tool. And it works. You know, if we believe that other people believe something bad about us, sometimes we start to shrink in our own essence as well. So this is testing up 6 drops, which is a fairly big dose. So 6 drops. So it helps to protect your energy fields so that you're less likely to take on other people's stuff. So you're less likely to be gaslit. You're less likely to be lied about. There's no point lying about someone who doesn't believe it or doesn't take it on. The only reason bullies, narcissists, and people like that do it is because they get away with it. And they get power from it. Okay, what's next? Okay, so I think now we've hit the deep hidden survival pattern. Hold, adrenals are okay. Survival, deep survival, hidden deep survival. Right, so hidden deep survival. So that's where the senses. So you're such an empath, that's why you're getting migraines before you go back to work where you have to see them. And it's the fear and it's the worry and it's the trauma. And that will all lower your immune system and make you get sick.
Mm-hmm. I was just going to say she's probably got gut problems.
Oh yeah, gut problems. Yeah, so because we have that massive gut-brain connection, so when we're stressed, our poor little gut, you know, they're connected via the vagus nerve. Okay. Okay, so the first little area showing up is the anterior cingulate gyrus. Hold out for me. Yeah, and this one's for conflict. So it's like, should I, shouldn't I, like them, hate them, will I be nice, will I not, you know, should I pretend that everything's okay, should I just let them know how I feel? It's for real conflict in the brain. And it's exhausting because this little part of the brain wants everything to be okay, but but conflict really stresses it out. But it's fear, so there's just fear in there that things just aren't ever going to be the same. And you know what? They're not, and that's okay.
Mm-hmm.
So it is, and you know, you need to just learn from this experience and just move forward with more strength and honor for yourself and gratitude that you got through it. Yeah, I'll just throw in the immune system at this point because I know you're just getting over. Oh, and with the skin, because the skin's been really playing up in the last few months. And hold. So this is general immune system. Okay. So with your immune system, linking in with the throat chakra again. Yeah, and the throat chakra has an overall effect on your digestive tract as well as your lungs. So because 90% of immunity starts in the gut, when you're feeling upset, when you're feeling triggered, when you're feeling angry or frustrated or lied about or lied to, then our gut is going to feel it. We're going to feel it in that gut emotion, you know, in there. So when we're getting that real visceral gut connection, it's hard to get that clarity of body, mind, spirit. And hold. 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 Okay. So I'm just going to check firstly in relation to Dylan. Hold. 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 Well, that's interesting. Hold. It's like your body is treating him like a virus. It's just having him in your thought processes is lowering your immune system. There's an energy mismatch to him, so your body just doesn't know whether he's good or bad, which is exactly where you're at. So it's like your brain doesn't know how to cope, how to deal with him, how to manage. But yes, he's very specifically lowering your immune system. So we need to boost your immunity in relation to him.
She needs a time that the relationship's over and to just be friends.
Yep. In whatever capacity.
If she's working with them,
Yeah.
then it's just a friendship from now on.
Yeah.
Even if it's just a work friendship.
In relation to Dylan. And hold. Hold. Hold.
Can't you find another job?
Hold. Yeah. Can you put aside your differences, even with a work relationship with the pair of them, and be there, or do you need to look for something else?
Because she probably, I feel as though she's feeling sick every time she goes to work and sees them.
Yeah. Yeah. Now we'll check in relation to Jess. Hold. 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 So she's not having a direct reduction of your immune system, but she's still an energy mismatch. So your brain is in that, I've got no idea. What is she? Who is she? What can I trust? What can't I trust? So she's still messing with you, and your brain is in conflict. And once again, that will end up affecting your gut, your immune system, your peace of mind, your anxiety, your stress, your depression. And hold. Okay, well, let's just ask in relation to work. Just the thought of going to work. Hold. Hold. Yeah, so this has quite wrecked your ability to just simply go to work without any repercussions. So work is as bad, so this is obviously that brain gut mind connection where it's very psychological that your brain, and that's not a bad thing, it's just how we are wired as human beings. Your brain's getting so stressed, going to work is like walking into, virus warfare. So it's challenging at the moment, so you'll need to really keep boosting yourself externally in the background to try to keep yourself up and running.
I think she needs to find another job to get her health back on par.
It's been a tough couple of years for her health-wise.
So I think she's, because of what's happened, it's making her sick every day that she goes to work, knowing that she's got to see them, knowing that they've lied to her.
It's messing with your reticular activating system, which is in behind the brain stem. Yeah, so now there's noradrenaline with even just the thought of going to work. So your brain is assuming it's going to give you long-term stress, and it's switching down your serotonin. So even though there's, and I'm sure once you're there and you get into something you love, and when you can't see them, you can probably relax and be happy and have a good day. But because it's the whole thing, you know, you're there and there's all these people who live there and work there and play there, you know, it's a really challenging thing to avoid people every day. So it's like your brain's assuming long-term stress, and it's making it harder to relax and feel safe and comfortable in your own work environment. Okay, there's another RAS circuit. Okay, so this one's low serotonin, creating vigilance. So remember, serotonin and melatonin convert to each other. We wake up in the morning, our nighttime melatonin converts to serotonin with the sunshine. And then at night time, when the sun goes down, our serotonin converts to melatonin to help us sleep. And melatonin's crucial for your immune system. So when we're not getting good night's sleeps, it's really hard to have a great immune system, which is why all the blue light frequencies, we've really got to watch our sleep hygiene so we get good night's sleeps. Could be like Karen and have 27 salt lamps around the house. How's your addiction coming along?
Oh, yeah, good. I've got to be strong and stop myself from buying more. I'm running out of places to put them. They're so good for you.
They are. There's another RAS. Okay, so your RAS is really active. So it's just, so this is the third circuit in a row that it's asking for. Okay, so this next one is acetylcholine. That's like the triple shot of coffee one. Also creating vigilance. So this is all about anxiety. It's that anticipatory anxiety before you get to work. It's the anticipatory anxiety before you see them, or if you think you see them in the distance, or, you know, it's like all of that sort of stuff that your brain just wants to avoid. Okay, so back into the deep hidden survival pattern. Yep. Okay, next little area is subclosal gyrus. Okay, so this is the spectrum from depression to anger. And it's more on the depression end at the moment. So even though you feel part of your personality comes out and you're not your best self and you're a bit touchy and irritated and that sort of thing, there's still an underlying depression that this could have happened to you with your friends.
Friendship with you and think, how could they do this to me?
Absolutely.
Such good friends. obviously not.
Yeah, right. So funnily enough, even though it's challenging to admit it, it's good that you know that he love bombed you, manipulated you, ghosted you, and gaslighted you. Because you see all of that and you know it, you will also recognize it in another relationship down the track. So that's an important lesson to learn, because it's huge. Because it's huge. You didn't hang around for longer than you needed to. You know, it's because some people are in those relationships and 10 years later come out of them. So, you know, you're young, you've got through it, you know, you're on the other side. So let me just have a look. What do we need to do? Right, no surprise. So what that did is just shut down your trust in relation to anyone. So we need to get your conscious brain up and running in relation to trust, because you've got great intuition. So because you've got great intuition, we need to get your trust up and running, because if your trust is up and running and you know you can't trust someone, it doesn't mean you're going to trust someone who's untrustworthy, because you always have your intuition. So let's get your corpus callosum up and running. And hold out. That's not bad at all in relation to trust and trust issues. And hold. Nah. Yeah, right. And trust just blew your base chakra. Yeah. What did you say before? I am powerful. I am powerful, was it?
Strong.
I am strong. Yeah. I am strong. Strong. Okay. Trust and trust issues. And hold. Okay, in relation to trust at work. Trust at work, blew your base chakra again. Yeah, right. Okay. So what the lack of trust is doing is stopping your brain from feeling motivated to ever try to trust anyone again. So we need to get that motivation back, because that's good for you. It's good for you to move on. So everyone in the world isn't him, everyone in the world isn't her. So we need to go into your hippocampus, little memory center, which funnily enough is our spirit point at the top of our head. So, but it's the same point. And it gets shut down with our internal negativity. it's lack of motivation due to internal negativity. Oops.
That's a crown chakra, right?
Yeah, it's where the head meets the table. GV20, hold out. Yeah, but when our crown chakra is blocked or too open, that can allow everyone else's negativity in, or you can keep everyone's negative stuff and just not let it go. What this is doing is switch off your ability to feel, it's switching off your pleasure reward centers, so it's harder to feel relaxed and happy and enjoy it easily. A couple of years ago, I had a team member who stabbed me in the back, and it was 6 weeks that I had to work with her, look her in the eye, be pleasant, while I'm working in the background with Fair Work and trying to find a resolution where I wasn't totally screwed over. And it was interesting to finally get to that spot, but man, it's hard putting on a happy face when you just go in, and no one else knew what was going on, so everyone knew that there was something going on with the pair of us, but they didn't know what, because can't go around telling everyone when something like that's going on.
I remember that.
Yeah, it was pretty hideous. Yeah, I don't think I slept for a fortnight as soon as it happened. I'd been riding home on the motorbike one day. It was a full moon. It was lovely down on the bay. Got home and I was going to get Jay to come down with a bottle of wine and enjoy it down next to the water. And he'd seen an email from her. Very interesting. Never so happy as when she left. Yeah, that was hard work. Yeah. So the victim mentality, the anger and the rumors, obviously they're all linked, but the good thing is your true friends are going to be there for you. Anyone who believes rumors without coming to you and sort of saying something, they're not your true friends anyway. So, but people are so easily swayed by stuff these days. If people see your true essence, they're going to not listen to the other stuff anyway. There's a lot of superficial human beings out there these days. So just keep up with your meditation and your yoga, your crystals, your kinesiology, just keep on, improving, believing, trusting. Everything's going to be okay.
She should get herself a little rose quartz.
Yeah.
And I can't remember the name of it, but it's a brown stone. It's
right.
a grounding stone.
Okay, so a little rose quartz as well as a little brown stone that's a grounding stone.
You wear the rose quartz in your left side of your bra.
Rose quartz left side and brown in the right.
In the right
yep.
side. Yeah. If you have a look at a crystals chart, it'll show you which is the grounding stone.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's funny, I've been wearing them for years.
Yeah, right, nice. Yeah.
I feel so deal without them now.
Yeah, okay.
It's the first thing that goes into my bra when I've had a shower or when I put my bra on.
Nice.
Yeah. And what she should do is visualise herself with a white light of protection around her.
Yep, so visualise yourself with a white light of protection around you.
And that will stop all negativity and negative stuff coming into her space.
Yeah, so stop that negativity from coming into your space.
From other people.
That you're getting the white light is really powerful for her. Yeah, nice. but certainly energetically, it's saying you can't trust Jess. So whatever was going on with her and Dylan, whether she was feeding him information or whatever, it's not showing that. It's not showing that you can trust her. So whatever's happened, and she might have switched now anyway because you found her out in a lie.
She needs a new circle of friends.
Yeah, a new circle of friends would be good. Yeah, she says, I'm a clear communicator, so I'd rather come across and discuss it and clear up issues and avoid conflict. It's quite stressful, as I know if I bring it up she won't give me the full truth. I can tell she's lying, and I don't want to come across as immature or petty when my intention is just clarity and honesty. But some people hate that. Some people hate that one-on-one truth. Their brains just don't connect with it because it's not where they're coming from. You know, and if people aren't coming from that same space, then it feels it's like someone who doesn't drink sort of picking on someone who does drink, but then the drinker feeling picked on, or a meat eater and a vegetarian, when you're so when you're a truth seeker or when your intention is to have clarity and truth and understanding, but that's not their intention, they're going to feel uncomfortable with it because it doesn't match their match their energy, it doesn't match their heart, their truth.
That's right.
And they can't be what they're not. We're all here on the planet to be what we're meant to be.
Being true to yourself.
Being true to yourself, indeed. Yeah, so when your brain's feeling overwhelmed, it's shutting down the frontal cortex. So the overwhelm of the house and trying to get all the loans and all that sort of thing, the frontal cortex is just not really coping with that. So once again, in your meditations, in your visualizations, in your yoga, just see everything coming forward the way you want it to be. See a circle of friends without faces. Just sort of see people in your world who allow you to feel loved and happy and cared for and supported. You need to be creating space for the new and the evolved people who you need, so that you can because you need to let go of those people who aren't part of your world because they just don't match your energy. So trust with the flatmate, trust with him, trust with work, trust with yourself, trust with your intuition.
But you're also going to be wary of who comes into you.
Trust of new people. Right, that's what. Yeah. Trust was showing up again. Okay, so trust of new people in your world. Yeah, so there's like an underlying anger that you can't just trust people in your world anymore. So that just is a fact, that everyone isn't on the same vibration on the planet. And especially this year has really brought up a lot of things for a lot of people. So it's like this year is a big choice of where we're going with our energy. And a lot of people aren't choosing very wisely this year.
And who we want to hang out with.
And who we want to hang out with. We've got to start really looking at those things and choosing a dynamic that works for us. Trusting new people in our world. Hold. And while we're there, trusting the universe. And hold. Nope, that one's okay. Good job. Okay. I'll get this uploaded for you tonight, and I'm sure we'll have an email over the next few days. Thanks, Karen.
Mm-hmm.